I'd like to recap a little bit about that right now and then give you a little bit of my take on this whole movement near the end of the video. The problem with this system is that it doesn't factor in anything to do with fair use at all. If you're doing a montage, if you're doing anything that's considered a transformative work and is protected under fair use law, YouTube's Content ID system doesn't recognize it and still flags the video and either blocks it or takes away your right to advertise on it. It's bullshit. It's utter misuse and abuse of copyright law, and to be completely honest with you, I'm pretty sure if a copyright lawyer actually got involved in the process, he would say it's illegal. So I think that it's pretty ridiculous that YouTube instituted this system in late 2013. Now, what was the resolution? Well, basically anyone who had this issue had to go under a managed partnership. And that's why the majority of YouTubers who actually do business on YouTube full-time, this is their livelihood, this is what they've done. They went to a managed partnership. Now, here's the thing. First of all, these two things that are red weren't read until this past week and a half when I started getting a ton of Content ID flags and then a copyright strike from Sega. Merry Christmas to you, Sega. Okay? How do you tell if you're managed or not? It's very simple. Partner verified. If it says partner verified, your YouTube channel is managed, which means that you will not receive the Content ID flags and you will not get these superfluous notices and or copyright strikes. It also means that your partner network is taking responsibility for your channel. So if you do anything that is misuse, they're legally liable. Here you go. The name of my channel, partner, see it says verify. There's a button. It doesn't say verified like this. See? It says verify. So the good news for me is that from now on, I'm not going to get these Content ID strikes anymore. Machinima has selected me as a channel that they trust because I've been with them for so long, probably because I bring in views, and they trust me to not violate copyrights and such. And so they've turned this on for me. My Content ID matches have gone away. If you're ID matched for music, that video is going to have to change or you'll never get credit for it. So I'm going to have to remove the music from all of these in order to get them to be monetized again. And them's the breaks. It is what it is. I wanted to give it a shot. I wanted to see once I moved over to managed if it would change. It did not. Now, I don't want you guys to think by any means that this means that I am not going to continue to talk and fight this new process. I think that people should not be categorized as affiliate versus managed. I think that previously all networks had everyone under a managed status, and now that's changed because YouTube decided to make this decision. I don't agree with it. I'm obviously extremely happy that, you know, Machinima selected me and is putting that responsibility on me to not violate copyrights and not get into trouble. I actually do have a game review series, but lucky for me that I don't use game footage in them. I just talk about the games. If I put game footage in them, these might have been flagged. Because I am in a moral dilemma here. So let me explain my situation. As you know, I showed you guys that every Nintendo video I've ever done. Look, here's my whole Super Mario 3D World Co-op. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, all the way to 2023 where we ended. Everyone got claimed by Nintendo. I will never get those videos back. I mean, that's their choice to do that. You know what I mean? When it comes to advertisement rights, I will be able to do future playthroughs. My question is, do I want to? First of all, I had a chance to continue the Super Mario 3D World Co-op playthrough this past Friday. John Rambo, my friend who's my co-op partner, was here, and we said we're not doing it yet. It's going to take more thought, and I want to get feedback from you guys. I've been partnered with Machinima since 2011. They trust me enough to be a managed partner. Doesn't mean that you guys shouldn't be able to monetize your playthroughs of Nintendo games too. You know what I mean? 2013 was very slow for Nintendo. 2014 is going to be quite the opposite. In the year of 2014 alone, we've got Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympics, which is already out, but I was going to plan to play it in January, February, towards the Winter Olympics that are actually in February. We got Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. We've got Mario Kart 8, and later this year there's a very strong speculation that at E3, Nintendo's going to announce the new Smash Brothers officially and give it a release date for the end of this year. So this year's huge for Nintendo. For the first time since I bought the Wii U, I'll be using it for tons of games this year. The way I'm kind of seeing it, if I'm able to do this, make playthroughs and make money on them, I'm sticking it to Nintendo. I'm saying fuck you, Nintendo. You think that you own gameplay, you don't. I'm going to continue to rage against the machine and keep doing what I'm doing, and fuck you. If you have a problem with it, you can take myself and Machinima to court. Okay? And again, if I get even more information in the future, I'll let you know. Right now, unfortunately, though, I don't want to say unfortunately, it's actually fortunately for me, but unfortunately for this series, I'm not getting any more content ID claims, so I'm not going to have more opportunity to try out new methods or anything like that, but I can keep you abreast of what's going on with the Sega copyright strike. I can let you know what's going on with the Nintendo videos that I disputed, with the Bandai Namco videos that I disputed, all the stuff that I disputed. I'm waiting for an answer. What is that, you might ask? Well, a managed partnership is when the partnership that you have with a company allows that company to take legal responsibility for your content. So, for example, anything that I upload to DSP Gaming today is legally protected by Machinima. They are liable. So YouTube really couldn't go after me if they wanted to sue. They'd have to go after this big corporation, Machinima. And since I became a managed partner in early 2014, I've had maybe 2 videos that have been flagged for a content ID period. It's that much of a difference of experience. For anyone who doesn't have a managed partnership on YouTube, it's a nightmare. They're constantly getting this issue. In fact, my girlfriend Leanna recently just tried to upload a playthrough of Life is Strange. Every single video that she uploaded got flagged for content ID match for the music of the game. Now, she actually disputed that. She went back and said, no, this is a Let's Play, it's protected under fair use. Those claims got cleared up after 2 weeks. The problem is every new video she uploads in the playthrough gets reflagged. So basically every video she wants to do of that game has to go through a 2-week-long appeals process by which she says, no, this is fair use. Then it gets removed, and then finally the video goes live. But what's the point? If you have to wait that long, if you have to go through this big legal process because YouTube says you're guilty before you actually have any evidence against you, you're fucked. And it's completely not, first of all, immoral, it's lazy, and yeah, I actually believe it's illegal. It's a broken fucking process that YouTube uses for this content ID. Now, here's the big issue. There's some companies out there, like Nintendo, who, yeah, I'm going to call them out in this video, who tend to have this mentality that they own everything that has to do with them. They actually think, I'm not even joking you, every piece of fan art that you create, every fan montage, every game review, every Let's Play, everything you've ever done that has to do with Nintendo, they think they own it. Legally, they don't. In a court of law, if this went to court, and they had this big case about transformative work and fair use, they would lose. But they know they're the big dog. And right now, Nintendo's kind of hurting because, oh no, the Wii U was a huge flop. So what have they been doing for the past 2 years? Content ID claiming every video on YouTube under them. And we're not talking just the little guy, we're talking big guys. You know, Angry Joe, who for whatever reason decided not to go under a managed partnership actively. Don't ask me why, it makes no sense. And the bottom line is there's no protection. I literally have, no lie, on DSP Gaming, probably about 700 Nintendo-related videos that were content ID flagged in late 2013. I disputed a bunch of them, and Nintendo said, no, we refuse to release the claims, and I never got them back. So literally, I will never make ad revenue ever again on any Nintendo game I played pre-2013. There's nothing I can do about it, and there's no legal recourse unless I actually try to sue Nintendo. So obviously, I'll never have anything cleared up, and the content ID system is broken and a joke, and it's terrible on YouTube. In mid-2015, I uncovered the most appallingly abusive use and biggest flaw in YouTube's copyright system that anyone has ever proven. You don't even need a scrap of evidence. You can just put a frivolous claim against anyone without even showing that you're related to the content, and you can get someone copyright stricken. In this particular case, I had fan art that was submitted to me on my forums, thekingofhate.com, in a thread that clearly stated this is fan art, meaning legally. You post something up there, you've given me legal recourse, or excuse me, a legal right to use it in my videos. I used fan art in some montages and things, intro. I used to do intro pre-streams when people were waiting for a stream to begin, and people really enjoyed those fan art montages. And I got copyright strikes for multiple pieces of fan art from someone who thought, oh, I'll get Phil. I don't like him, so I'm going to give him some fake fan art for a few months, and then I'm going to say, oh, it's my legal property, and I didn't give him permission. They actually got legitimate copyright strikes against both DSP Gaming, this channel, The King of Hate Vlogs, and there was no actual proof that, number one, they were the original owner of the artwork, or that, number two, that legal permission hadn't been given. They literally, YouTube just said, well, they claim that it's true, so it's true, and they gave me copyright strikes against my channels. It's fucking ridiculous. It's preposterous. It's absolutely out of control. Are you kidding me? Like, anyone? And here's the kicker. After that happened, I went back, and I actually started making every video private. I started taking any video that ever had fan art in it, and I started deleting them and making them private. Someone actually took, if you can believe this, a piece of artwork that was like me sitting here on my couch, and next to me was a Nintendo character that had been photoshopped into the picture, okay? They linked that piece of artwork to the original work that character was ripped out of from Photoshop, okay? And they said, well, look, this is officially from Nintendo. It's on Nintendo's website, and I work for Nintendo. They actually said this in their message to YouTube. I work for Nintendo, and I want to legally claim this in this piece of fan art that's in a montage on Phil's channel. And YouTube bought it. They didn't have any confirmation the person worked for Nintendo. They basically just said, well, it's a match, so fuck it, and it got matched. So what does this tell you? Quite honestly, let's be honest here. What does this tell you? There are no humans who actually review the vast majority of copyright cases on YouTube. It's all automated. It's robots. And I don't give a shit what YouTube claims, because YouTube has claimed in forum posts and things that they have a team. The team must sit there with their thumbs up their fucking asses, eating fucking food and playing video games on the internet all day, because the bottom line is, no one reviewed these cases. No one with a fucking brain in their head could say, this guy must work for Nintendo, because obviously there's just the fact that he sent me this claim means that he works for Nintendo. It's insane. The people who gave me the false copyright strikes are teenagers. Teenagers. I'm pretty sure they're not professional con artists who are able to fool the YouTube team into thinking they actually worked for Ubisoft or Nintendo. No, the team is either the dumbest fucking team on the planet, or it's a bunch of robots that don't actually review anything. Let's get down to that discussion. Now, I'm going to be honest with everyone here, because you know that I am one of the realest motherfuckers on the internet. I'm pissed. Oh, now all of a sudden YouTube cares, because it's actually, I'll show you right now a tweet. There is actually a tweet that was put up by the CEO of YouTube today, stating, oh, thanks for your concern, don't worry, we're listening. And then they posted a link to a Google article. Now, I'm going to summarize what the Google article said. It basically says this: hi, my name is like Spencer or Spent, I don't know what his name is, Spence. I work for the YouTube team, and I just want to let you all know, we actually do have humans who review copyright issues. Blatant lie, because if they do, they don't do their job well. And because of all the concern on YouTube now about fair use, we're going to actually have more internal things going on. We're going to have another team who reviews things to make sure that things are legit. And that's basically the gist of the post. It's basically PR. It's called fluffing. It's called, let me walk up and stroke your dick for a second so you feel better, when in reality we've given no evidence that we've actually tried to do anything to improve fair use on YouTube at all. And that's the bottom line is, wow, there's a tweet, and her tweet has like some 2,000-3,000 retweets or some shit, and the post has, you know, everyone responding to it, and it's like, but what did YouTube do? And the bottom line is, the major problem here with YouTube, what it's always been with YouTube, is that they have this elitist attitude that what they do is right, what you say is wrong, they know better than you, and they don't care if you like it or not when they institute stuff like this. But YouTube always has had this attitude. They think they know better than you, and every time they've ever asked for feedback or made a change, everyone rages against them and says, no, this change sucks, don't do this, we don't like this, and they fucking do it anyway. They are the worst company ever that I've ever experienced, who just basically disregard market feedback. They take all this feedback from everyone and say, well, thanks for saying that you don't like this stuff. Fuck all that. We're doing it anyway because we're Google and we're rich and we got a monopoly on video sharing. And honestly, that's why ultimately I don't think anything's going to actually happen in the terms of fair use, and let me explain why. Google has the money to buy unlimited servers, to have 1080p 60 frames per second video streaming with no buffering or issues. And I don't know why the hell YouTube is fluctuating so much. Or buffering, if it's buffering for people, that's really weird because... oh, now as soon as I said that, yeah, my stream buffered. Wow, as soon as I said that, my stream buffered. So I think I know what it is. I think that the stream is buffering for people, and then they're hitting refresh to try to get the buffer to go away, and then it freaking just screws up again. And this is definitely a YouTube thing. It's 100% YouTube, and the reason I can tell you that is because I've been streaming at night, and I don't have this issue. I've been streaming at night, and none of this buffering happens at all. So this is 100% YouTube side screwing up. I don't know what the hell their problem is. In fact, right now, my stream just... oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna start pre-streaming. pre-stream, everyone. I'm gonna start pre-stream because at this point, the buffering is getting out of control. They literally have millions upon millions of videos uploaded to the website a day, and they can handle that. We give them our work. They make money on our work, but they don't care. They're literally getting free money, and they don't care. Because all they care about is making more free fucking money. How greedy can you be? I mean, that is the essence of greed. And yet, the CEO of YouTube has the audacity to tweet, "We care about YouTubers. Here, see, we made a nice little PR post on our website." Wow. I mean, no. Just the fact that that tweet went out and that post went out shows they don't care. If they actually cared, they would immediately say, concretely, here is what we have changed. We have fixed the copyright system. Here's what we've done. We don't want a fucking blow of smoke up our fucking ass because we're not morons. I've been on YouTube since 2007. I've been around the block. I know how it works legally. You cannot fucking fool me and pull the wool over my eyes and make me think it's all sunshine and rainbows because you tweeted a tweet and you made a fucking forum post. And I'm honestly, God's honestly, I'm surprised that it took this long for at least someone with YouTube with big viewership and clout to fucking speak up about it. Because I'm sure that there are people big on YouTube who've had this issue. Maybe they just sweep it under the rug. That a bunch of YouTubers do band together and they make a class action lawsuit and they sue YouTube. Guess what? YouTube's just going to find a reason to kick their ass off the website. So it's kind of like you have to deal with actual illegal actions on YouTube from YouTube staff and YouTube corporate policy, and you have no recourse because if you try to sue them, they could just find another reason to get rid of you anyway, and they have a monopoly, so you're fucked. If you're someone who makes video content for the internet and you're kicked off YouTube, you're fucked. I've always been one of the most vocal people against this bullshit, and quite honestly, the only reason that I felt that it took me so long to make this video about the subject is because I am one of the most vocal people about it. I've always come out and talked about it publicly, so I didn't know if people would really want to hear stuff that's happened to me and get my take on it. But I got enough people this week who kind of contacted me and said, "Phil, will you make a video? Will you make a video?" I had some spare time tonight. I said, all right, you know what? Let me share my experience.